What's next on my list here? Somewhere I have my list. Oh, R. Kelly. Let me talk about R. Kelly really briefly. Because I didn't get a chance to talk about him last night. I did a video with Boyce Watkins for Your Black World, and we were discussing R. Kelly's interview on HuffPost Live, where I think everyone by now, if you're on social media and you're involved in politics, by now you've seen this video where the interviewer was pounding him with some legitimate questions. And he essentially said, "I'm not going to answer them," and he walked off the set. And throughout the video, he was making some comments that were rather condescending, that could easily been offensive, and the interviewer let it be known that this is offensive. I have a lot of mixed feelings about the interview itself. But let me just talk about R. Kelly. You know, he made a video demanding that are suggesting that Black people should buy his music because it's the man, it's the system who's trying to hold him back, and all. Essentially, that was the essence of it. No, R. Kelly, no. No, you don't. You have benefited. You of all people have benefited from this system very, very much so. You benefited financially, and you benefited from that financial strength, being able to get some favorable rulings when all the evidence pointed to the contrary. So I don't know why R. Kelly would come out thinking that the world was going to embrace him, particularly Black people was going to embrace him, when his track record in terms of how he has, we just don't do child molesters, man. I'm sorry. That's the bottom line. You know, we don't do child molesters. And the thing that bothered me about the interview was that why did it take so long for someone to finally slam this dude? Like, and I kind of was offended by the interviewer, and I'll explain that later, but this particular thing is not her fault. Like, how many people have given him a pass? BET's given him a pass, just lets him continue to promote his music and be this icon in the R&B world, all the while full knowing that he has a thing for little girls. So that kind of made me mad, in the sense of it finally somebody got it. But then here's the other thing that made me mad, and I'm done with this subject, because what made me mad about the R. Kelly interview was that we had an interview that was more intense for a musician that is completely irrelevant than we have for our political leaders. That makes me very, very upset. And again, this is not the interviewer's fault, right? I think that R. Kelly is low-hanging fruit. I think R. Kelly is an easy target, and he's a fool for even coming back in public, because he's an easy win. You don't mess up that interview. You get points all day because R. Kelly is such a nefarious character. I think it was low-hanging fruit, but you know, it is what it is. What I'm upset about is the fact that we don't even ask our politicians these types of questions. We don't grill our political leaders with that intensity. We don't hammer them until they either answer the question or they get off stage and go away. We don't. We have cakewalks for our political leaders. We have media outlets promising that we're going to take it easy and we're going to ask, you can improve our questions beforehand with our political leaders. And so we're excited. And you know what, more I think about it, it's not even the reporter. It is all of the media heads who are applauding her for giving such a dynamic and fierce interview. And I'm like, you people have the ability to do this every single day. And you have the ability to do it with people who actually matter. Who the hell cares about R. Kelly? He is no longer relevant. And he should have been smart enough to stay in the dredges of society and just stay back behind the scene, but he wasn't. And so it was an easy kill, headshot, pop, done. But who's going to do this with our political leaders, with issues that actually matter to millions of people? You know why? Because so long as you're relevant, corporate media will not hammer you with questions because they want you to come back. And so long as a political leader has another outlet that they can go to, and media outlets don't stand in solidarity, as long as they can go to Fox News and espouse all of the drivel that they want to espouse, then HuffPost Live or someone else has to play nice. This is why Meet the Press, they have to play nice because they want this politician to come back. This week with George Stephanopoulos. You know, he has to play nice if they want this lead. This, even with Steve Inskeep from NPR, I was really, I can't say disappointed, but it was really revealing the fact that Steve Inskeep, when his interview with Ted Cruz, could not or did not hammer Ted Cruz's assertion that he was more qualified to interpret NASA climate data because his parents were scientists. So Steve Inskeep took a soft glove to him and corrected him with a soft glove, but did not stretch that. But by the end of the interview, Ted Cruz's opinion reigned. And so I'm sitting back watching this interview with R. Kelly like, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed because R. Kelly is low-hanging fruit. We need this woman, this dynamic journalist, and forgive me, I don't know her name because the HuffPost videos that went around didn't share her name. So I don't know her name, but she did it. She's a dynamic interviewer. We need her and other people like her to do this with our political leaders so that we can actually confront the fact that many of our political leaders are just lying on things. Like, why do all of the other media heads in this media bubble, you know, all patting each other on the back because this interviewer hammered R. Kelly and nobody is out here hammering Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, just go across the board? That's because media, well, it's corporate media. All right. That's all I have to say about that.
Hey, Ben. I just have a comment tonight to Swill in New York.
What's going on?
I want to go back to what you were talking about with R. Kelly and how the media, if you're irrelevant, then they will take pot shots right at you because they don't care if you come back or not. They're going for the easy kill. And if you're relevant, they treat you with kid gloves. And I just want you to do me a favor right now and hit the applause on your soundboard for what you said. Brilliant. That's all I had to say tonight.
Thanks, man.
Great
Appreciate
show.
the call. I'll hit it for myself. Thanks.